Last episode we were on the French island Martinique and stayed 2 days in Saint-Pierre and a week in a very big marina in Le Marin. We visited the ruins of Château de Bouc on the lovely peninsula Caravelle. After a quick stop at viewpoint Vierge de la Calabasse, we went to the Cascade de Saut Gendarme waterfalls. At the distillery of Clément we could see how many kinds of rum are still being produced, and of course we bought some bottles for trying. The next day we visited the Habitation Belfort banana plantation in Le Matin and did the so-called banana experience. In Jardin de Balata we saw one of the most spectacular botanical gardens. At last we relaxed at 2 nice beaches.
Sailing from Martinique to St. Lucia was easy. We sailed half-wind with some swell and waves coming from the east. In less than 7 hours we moored on one of the pontoons of the magnificent Margeaux Bay resort, just in front of immigration, harbour master and customs offices. After 14 times being ruled by different nations, St. Lucia became independent in 1979 and is since then a sovereign state. 175,000 people live on the island and its capital is Castries. We started to drive in northern direction to Castries, crossed Islet and went all the way up to Pigeon Island, which is nowadays connected with the mainland. After this we went down again and had our lunch at Rodney Bay Marina. This is the place where one of the legs of the Atlantic race for cruisers ends. Again, this is a huge marina in a well protected bay. Good facilities, especially for small repairs on the boat.
In the vicinity of Micou, we took a trail in the rainforest and passed a nice little place called La Tille. In Soufrière we got an explanation about the Sulphur Springs, the world's only drive-in volcano. The Soufrière volcano is still alive and the last seismic activities were in 2001. The last eruption, however, was more than 20,000 years ago. In Babonneau we participated in the so-called Rainforest Adventure. After a safety briefing and a try-out to get familiar with the equipment, the adventure could start. We traveled with an aerial tram to the highest point of the rainforest. After a short hike to the starting point, our guide Jimmy explained a lot about the rainforest itself. Then we zipped our way down using 9 platforms and 8 zip lines. An amazing experience and a real playground for young and old.
Yeah! Like a bird! Yeehaw! Yeah! Alright, what's inside?
In the tram on our way down, we had a magnificent view again. We really recommend this activity to everyone who is visiting St. Lucia.
Margeaux Bay is a hurricane hole and is very well protected from every wind direction. The resort's facilities can be used by marina guests as well, so we could relax a few days at one of the pools and had a wonderful time.
We hope you liked this episode and will be so kind to subscribe. To get a more actual footage, you can follow us on Instagram too. Thanks for watching.